Hello, and welcome to this episode of So You Missed Lab, where we make everything up. Today's lab is the bond types lab. In this lab, we will investigate various properties of two unknown solids, A and B. First, let's test odor using the wafting method. We'll test sample A first.
Sample A has a strong odor.
Write that down in your data table. Sample B is next.
Sample B has no odor.
Add that to your data table. Next, we will look at the differences in crystal structure. Here is sample A. Look at the shape of the crystals and record in your data tables. Then, we'll look at sample B. Take a look here and record in your data tables. Now we will examine the hardness of the crystals using a mortar and pestle, starting with sample A.
Sample A is grinding easily. It must be soft.
Now, sample B.
Sample B is not grinding easily. It must be hard.
Record those observations in your data tables. Now, we will put a small amount of each sample in a metal weighing dish. Next, we will test the relative melting points by placing the dishes on the hot plate. We will want to observe which sample melts first. Record your observations in the data tables. This test is the conductivity of the solid crystals. We will use a conductivity probe. The measurement you see on the screen indicates conductivity. Low numbers are non-conductors. High numbers are good conductors. Let's look at sample A. Be sure to record your numbers. Now, sample B. Record your data. We are now looking at the solubility in water for our two samples. We will add a small amount of the sample to a test tube with water, stopper, and shake. Here is sample A.
You can still see the crystals floating around in the water.
Record your observation in the data tables. Now for sample B.
The crystals have dissolved in the water.
Write that down. Using these samples, we will determine the conductivity of the crystals in water. We will use the conductivity probe, rinsing between trials to avoid contamination. Don't forget, low numbers are poor conductors and high numbers are good conductors. Let's test sample A. Record the data in your data tables. Now for sample B. Record your data. Finally, we will test the solubility in acetone. We will add a small amount of each sample to a test tube containing acetone. Stopper and shake. Let's do sample A.
Look, all the crystals dissolved.
Now, sample B.
The crystals are still there.
Record these observations.
All right, guys. Looks like we've made everything up. Now it's time to clean up.